Hello, everybody. This is Cinema Cody, and today is Book Suggestion Saturday. I need to come up with another word besides suggestion. Oh well, it's done. It's been done. So, it's summertime, and I don't know how widespread it is with other libraries in the country or other countries, but where I live, we have a summer reading program at our local libraries, and they have different levels depending on what your age is. There's even an adult reading program where if you read 4 books during the time period, you get like a prize and coupons and stuff like that. I never complete it because I don't have time to read 4 adult books in that time period. It takes me forever to read a book. I haven't read a book in a while. An adult book. I've read lots and lots of kids' books. Tons of kids' books. So I've been taking Em to the library several times here recently, and I thought I would share with you guys our last library haul, so it can give you some suggestions, maybe books you never heard of that you might want to look up for your kids or for yourself, whatever. I like picture books too. They have some really good stories in them. So I said, Em, how about you pick out 5 books and I pick out 5 books, and then we'll pile them up, see which one's better. We had my mom judge which was better. She picked Em because she's a Nana, and that's what they do. But you guys can judge who you think picked the best books, me or Em. Let's start with Em's books. Recently, we had a dog that passed away, and now we're a dogless house. And Em grew up with that dog. She's known him her whole life. Very close to him. She loves animals. She loves dogs, cats, animals in general. And she's been begging to have another dog, but I don't know when we'll be able to get one. So, doesn't surprise me that she picked this book. I Want a Dog. Story was okay. It wasn't fabulous to me, but basically this little girl wants a dog, so she goes to the pet store. And the guy just keeps saying, he's like, okay, that's cool, but then he offers her, he's like, hey, you want a frog? You want an anteater? You want a snake? You want a monkey? And she's like, no, I want a dog. Do you want a dead fish? And she just keeps saying, no, I want a dog. And then he tries to trick her with a lizard dressed like a dog. And she's like, no, I want a dog. And then she says, excuse me, mister, I have one simple question. Do you even have a dog? And he says, no, I don't. And she's like, well, then I'm out of here. You're wasting my time. And then he says, actually, I have something. It's not a dog, but it sounds exactly like what you described. She's like, no, please stop it. And then he comes out with this, I guess you call it a sea lion, you know? The dogs of the sea. And she's like, well, he's kind of cute. I think I might take him. And she takes him home. And then it shows them in the swimming pool together at their house. And she ended up with a sea lion. And so the cover's kind of like, it's like they kind of made it look like a dog, even though it's supposed to be, it's like, I guess it's her imagination in a way. It looks a little bit like a sea lion, looks a little bit like a dog. M was like, they tricked us. They tricked us with the cover. That looks like a dog. Kind of feels like an old book. Like, I don't know, something about the illustrations or something. It doesn't feel super new to me. Well, copyright 2019. Well, I guess it is new. Something about the illustrations. Don't they make you think it seems like an old book from like back in the day? Okay, that was book one. Then we have Draw the Line. Another book that M picked. She just grabbed it. I don't think she knew exactly what it was. We didn't know what it was. We started to read it, and there's no words. It's only pictures. These two boys drawing lines on the ground, and then they bump into each other. It's hard to do. And then it's just like a story of them. One yanks one of them with the rope line, whatever you call it. Then the other one does, and they get into a tug of war. They get mad at each other. So this big crack thing forms between them, like a rift between the two of them. For a book with no words, it really tells a story better than a lot of books that do have words. So that was interesting. I liked it. They're mad at each other. They have this big gap between them. And then they decide to start filling in the gap so they can be close together. And I like the pictures of them running off together into the sun. It was a neat book for it being only illustrations and no words. I think that's cool. Then we have the Stranded Whale. Very glossy. Showing my own screen on there. It's a beachy scene. M loves the beach. This is about 3 siblings, sister and 2 brothers. They're coming home late after school. They all had after school activities to do. And so they're coming home probably, for dinner time or whatever. And they live near the beach. They spot something on the beach. And they know it's not a big old boulder. It's a whale. A beached whale. The girl runs out quickly, puts her sweater in the water, starts rubbing the sides of the whale with her water sweater. Her brothers do the same thing, but it's, they're so tiny compared to this gigantic whale, and they know they need help. They know that it needs to get in the water. They run and call for help, call Coast Guard or whatever, and people show up. Trucks with buckets. Still not enough. They try pushing the whale. It's not enough. They can't do it. She finally kind of just gives up, and she tells the whale, that's her by the eye of the whale. She's like telling the whale how it was beautiful and strong, how we would miss it, whatever happened next, whether it died or if it went back into the ocean. Unfortunately, the whale dies. They can't get it back. Quite depressing for a little kid book, huh? But it's life. They go home, their mom's mad at them for being late to dinner. then people show up and give them medals for their hard work. And she's like, the girl's like, I don't deserve this medal. The whale didn't live. She put her medal in the drawer and never took it out again. She'd have given that old medal back in a Portland instant just to see old Leviathan alive again, swimming joyously out to sea, spouting through its blowhole, tail slapping it against the water, black eyes shining. I'd give that medal back for good if I could see it one time, heading out to deep water, lifting its tail and diving deep and free. So, if you want to read a book to your child about a whale dying on the beach, a little bit depressing, but I'd recommend this one. Em liked it, I think, even though it was a sad ending, kind of. She still liked it, I think. This is another book that Em picked. She loves these little board books, little kiddie board books. They're simple, easy to read. Kind of helps her learn how to read better. She can kind of learn how to read along with me as I read to her. This one's called Big Kid Bed. It's about a little boy who's, or I'm assuming it's a boy. It's kind of hard to tell. A baby toddler that's learning how to sleep in their toddler bed. And they get up at night and try to escape. And their parents put a whole bunch of stuffed animals in the bed with them, put pillows down below. He's looking around at the pets in their pet beds, the parents in their bed, kind of exploring the house. Should I get into my big kid bed? I don't have to. I don't want to. Yawn. But I'm tired. So I snuggle in and rest my head. Another book, kind of a strange pick, but by M. CrowBar. I actually thought about getting this book myself, but I kind of flipped through it and I was like, nah, and I put it back. Well, then M grabbed it and said she wanted it. It's about a crow a little boy finds as a baby, and he feeds it and takes care of it. His grandpa is very pessimistic and saying, oh, what you got a crow for? Blah. They're just pests. And he's just like kind of grumpy about it. He raises the crow up. And it sticks around the house and stuff. Still kind of hangs out with him. And he's trying to teach the crow how to talk and stuff. Crow says hello. Steals little silver things and hides them. I always thought crows were cool. Like, they're so smart. He uses this piece of metal to kind of like sled down the slide. And at the back of the book it says that if you want to, there's more information on the back of the book about crows. It says, watch a crow sliding down a roof like CrowBar on YouTube Search for crow uses plastic lid to sled down roof over and over again. So there's different stuff. Says you can watch different like YouTube links and stuff in the back of the book. Crow solves an 8-step puzzle to get food inside the calls of crows and ravens. I even like that a group of crows is called a murder. I always thought that was cool. A murder of crows. Makes me think of like Edgar Allan Poe or something. I don't know. Crows are just cool. They're dark, mysterious, smart. A little bit creepy, but cool. So that was CrowBar. Now this one, M said, "Oh, he's so cute. Look at the potato." Actually, I think she called it something else first, like a seed, maybe? Then she called it a potato. I was like, that's an egg. The good egg. I've seen these books before with these little characters. There's like different ones. Maybe there's a picture in here or something. No, I don't see any. Usually it shows like other books they have or something. I think there's other ones with other types of food, you know, with big bug eyes like that. And they teach life lessons. The good egg. It's cute illustrations. This egg, the good egg, lives with these other eggs in a carton. And they're all mean and grouchy and they do mean things. And he wants to be good and he doesn't like all this. So he decides to leave. He's starting to get all cracked in his head from the stress of dealing with these other eggs. So he's like, for my mental health, I need to leave. And he relaxes and does some stuff to help him like help him have better mental health, basically. Took walks, read books, floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in, I breathed out. I even started painting. For once, I found time for me. That's cute. Let's go. Ooh. There's a little spa. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. But he decided to go back after he had mentally healed himself and whatnot. He decided to go back, and they were excited to have him back. And he started to see them in a different light. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. He was being kind of judgmental of them, like everything they did. He was like, you know, he was being a little nitpicky and judgmental or whatever. Cartons back together, although they do look pretty mean. I don't know. But he's accepted of them. He's accepted them the way they are. So, love the illustrations on these books. They teach good lessons. I like them a lot. And last but not least for M. Robinson. I can't remember what this was about. What is this about? Oh, okay. This one was about a boy there was like a costume party or something. Him and his friends like to play pirates. So the school had a costume party. So they were going to all be pirates. Oop. But his mom said, you know, why don't you be Robinson Crusoe? Because you love Robinson Crusoe and I can make this awesome costume. He's like, okay, I guess. So she makes this Robinson Crusoe costume. He goes to school. All the other kids in their costumes. And his friends make fun of him and laugh and tease him and stuff. So he loses his confidence in it, and that night he has a dream. Feels like he's drifting off on a boat. Shows like his bed turning into a boat and kind of drifting off to this island. He learns to survive on this island. It's all in a sort of dream world. Lives this elaborate life on this island, learning to live with the animals and garden and build shelter and all of this stuff and make clothes, feel stronger and braver. But he sees that there's other people coming to the island. Basically his friends. And then his friends come into his bedroom. They want to play. They're asking him questions about Robinson Crusoe. They set off on a new adventure together. The writer said he took inspiration for the story from a picture he saw of himself when he's a kid. This is his real picture. He was dressed like Robinson Crusoe. So he kind of made this story based around that. So those are M's books, and as you can tell if you paid attention, that's more than 5 books. She cheated. I think that's 6 books. I got 5 books. This is going to be a long video, isn't it?